It's day 2 of Reading Festival, and I'm here with Dan and Tord of the Wombats. How you doing?
Pretty good, yeah. Yeah, we just arrived.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we haven't really been able to see much. We're seeing Royal Blood on the screen now. It sounds pretty awesome.
So you brought the rain then, frankly, didn't you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, what we tend to do is bring the rain, but then it normally stops when we're playing. But we're playing in one of the tents, so it doesn't really matter if it rains or not. We're sorted.
Are you quite pleased you're at one of the tents? Because everyone says the atmosphere is a lot better in tents than out on the main stage.
Yeah, I think we've done like, you know, depending on the festival, we've done lots of outdoor gigs and lots of tent shows, and as long as the crowd are really into it and having a good time, I don't think it really matters that much. But definitely, like, you know, as soon as you get into like sort of 5,000 capacity like tent, obviously you can end up with like a lot of energy, because that's where most of the crowd go wild, even on big stages, isn't it? You get like mosh pits and stuff that are all around the front. In the
it feels more like a club show almost, which is cool. So.
Nice and sweaty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That'll be our goal.
Now, you were here in 2008, I think, weren't you?
Yeah.
Was that the last time?
Yeah.
Wow, why is now the time for you to return?
I mean, we don't decide when we get to play these things. It's like, if Reading and Leeds get in touch and say, hey guys, do you want to play this festival, then we pretty much just always say yes.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting. We met this girl who was 10 years old last time we played, and now she's like, we just met her again. So it was like 2008 and 2015 photo.
Yeah, she showed us a picture of us, like her, as a little girl, and we were like, no way.
It was a bit scary to see her.
It makes you feel old, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're like, now we've got grey hairs, and we've only grown outwards, and you've grown upwards.
Yeah, cheers for that. So Glitterbug is actually an album that keeps coming up when I'm chatting to bands. It seems to be one that they're sharing around, saying, listen to this while you're on tour, it's a great album. Have you got feedback from other bands that they're enjoying it?
With, like, I guess a few bands, but more bands that we like know. You know, but no, I don't know. That's really good to hear, though.
I didn't know about that.
No.
And a lot of them are heavier bands, but they just say you can't deny the pop like genius of it. So that's quite nice. Isn't it?
Nice.
That's not.
I take it you're talking about Metallica, because I know Metallica are really big fans of us. Like,
they're going to be side of stage.
oh yeah, I think they've cancelled their gig to come and see us. Like, standard.
Yeah. So who are you going to watch though? Who are you going to try and sneak side of stage and have a gander?
I'm going to watch Ash, I think, a bit later on.
Ash
we kind of like grew up with their music, and
well, to be honest, Ash is probably a similar story to that girl who was there, because I was like, I think I was 15 at the time, when maybe even 14, and I got like a tape of it was 1977, that album, and like I just played it to death basically, and like I used to love all that stuff.
So many tunes.
Yeah, it's just
so
hit
many,
after hit.
so many.
You need to go and find them and make them feel old now. It'll make you feel better, probably.
Well, we just said hello to them then, but I didn't bring that up. That I was, But to be honest, they probably, weren't they like 17 or 18 when they released that?
We might be the same age.
No, I think they're a little bit older, maybe.
Let's not offend anyone. No, so what else have you got planned for the rest of the year? Is this the last festival for you?
This is the last festival, and then we got like a UK tour, where we play in London. We play Alexandra Palace. So
it's gonna be our biggest show ever in London, and
so that should be a good one.
It's gonna be fun.
I watched something, and you have like recurring dreams about being a left-handed drum kit out.
Is that
still happening?
Well, we all have like anxiety dreams sometimes, where like if you've got a big show coming,
like we're not plugged in, or how the guitar, or like there's a song that I don't know, or like
all of a sudden you forget everything about the song, and you're like, and it's always that thing people say, like, do you get nervous before you play? And most of the time, you're just a few little butterflies that help. But the worst thing is if you start telling in your mind, you're like, God, there's going to be like 20,000 people here. What if we make a mistake? Or you start getting a little bit freaked out. But you've just got to stay strong with it. No, I haven't had any of those dreams for a while.
Till now, tonight, you'll be like, that interviewer girl, damn her.
Yeah, it brought it back.
Is there one song in the set list that you all kind of dread because it is the trickiest one in terms of the musicality of it, or just the playing of it?
Not so much anymore. Like, I think every time we start touring a new album, it's always like playing the new songs is always it's really exciting, but at the same time it's always also a bit like you need to really focus and concentrate on what you do, because they're not like quite in the veins,
in the bones.
Right now, like, we've been touring for like 6 months, I think, a bit more maybe, on this album. So we kind of like things are starting to, well, not even starting. It's been pretty smooth for a little while. So.
You've just totally jinxed tonight's show. It's all gonna go wrong.
It's all my fault.
No, it's him saying it's all been smooth sailing.
Are there any songs that when you're making the album you thought this will have longevity, and now you've been playing it for 6 months, you're like, God, this song's quite annoying now, I'm quite over this one? Or are they still nice to play?
Oh yeah, no, fortunately we haven't had that with any of the songs, because no, I know what you mean. Sometimes you could have a song that you get really into and then once you play it for a while it quickly gets out of the set. We've had that a few times over the years, haven't we, where usually like a B-side we play for a few shows and then we're like, oh, we're not that excited about playing it or whatever. But no, with this album it's been great, because like seeing the reaction to the new songs, which is as good as all the old songs, we just get so excited, like, and it's obviously fresher than some of the older ones, and as long as the crowd are having a good time, we're having a good time, really. So we're going to change the setup a bit though between now and Christmas. We're going to add some other new songs in that we haven't played before.
Maybe bring back some older ones as well. Different ones.
Are there any that you've been so glad to discard that you're glad you got new material so you don't have to play that one anymore? Which is the one?
No, I don't know. Have we? Have you?
Not really, no.
It's so rare. Most bands are like, I hate that song.
Oh, really? Yeah, probably most bands like hate if they've got like a song that they're really known for, they're like, can't be arsed playing that anymore. I think the only song that we like almost couldn't play if someone asked us to right now is School Uniforms from the first album.
That's just because it's so fast.
And like we were like 21 or whatever when we made it, and now we're getting on. Well, you get older and we haven't played it for so many years. It's like you listen to it and you're like, what had we been drinking, like some crazy energy drink or something before we made that? It's like ridiculous.
We're all lacking some stamina these days, aren't we? Let's be honest. Now, who are you hoping to see if you can? Like, who are you hoping to bump into and like have a cheeky chat with and fanboy over potentially? Are you kind of over that now? Do you still get excited, or you just realise they're just people like we are?
There are some like. Anytime I've seen Dave Grohl backstage sometimes at things, and because he was one of the reasons when I was like 10, 11 that I wanted to start playing the drums. So I definitely kind of go. I haven't spoken to him yet, even though he's walked past and be like, "Hey man," I'm like, "All right." So I definitely still go back to my 10-year-old self in my head at that point. But apart from that, no, because you realise most people are just, well, everyone's just human beings, and like most people are really nice, and I'm sure you see that from meeting bands and whatnot. Wow. Maybe a couple of arseholes thrown in for good measure.
Couple stinkers here.
Yeah, you need them in the industry to keep it, interesting, I guess.
Yeah, it keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
Now, what albums are you currently obsessed with?
Tame Impala's new album, Currents. That's it's been on repeat on my iPod.
I listened to the whole album yesterday, actually walking around London.
It's a really good album.
So good.
There seems to be a musician's favourite. What is it about what he does? Is it because you can tell that he's really good at what he does because you're musicians? Why?
I think just in terms of obviously the songwriting and the melodies and it feels like slightly like, I love listening to things when it sounds like they're pushing songwriting and like the sounds of things forward, and they've spent so long over every single sound and every single progression. Like some of the songs they've got changes in them that you just you have to rewind it and listen again. Like, how did he actually come up with making that sound like it works? And just the drums this. It's hard hitting, but it's got a bit of hip hoppy vibes sometimes in the drums. Almost, it's
it's really
groovy and dirty.
But then it's still psychedelic and weird, and they got cool synth sounds, and amazing songs underneath all this kind of cool production. I don't know. It just feels very it's just very pleasing.
Very thought through. Yeah. I really like Father John Misty's latest album. Really good. Again, it just great songs and some really cool ideas on there, and lyrically it's really interesting. It's he just sings a stream of consciousness almost, or they are stories, but some of the phrases that you wouldn't expect to hear in a song. And I always like that, things that you go, it just draws you in through the layers of the songs, and then before you know it, you're I get what this guy's on about. It doesn't happen that often, I don't think, does it?
No, not really.
There aren't many albums in whole, in their entirety, that you go, I really like where he's gone with that whole thing, or she, or whatever. But
Now, talking about lyrics, because I know Murphy sometimes puts scenarios in that aren't actually about him. They're just things maybe he's observed other people going through. So
embellish the truth.
Yeah. How do you know every time when that's definitely something that's happened to him, or okay, that's made up? Does he tell you which ones, or does he keep it vague?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes obviously we've been there when things happen,
So you know.
and we're kind of like, okay, and the song can come quickly after something has, happened, or like a certain party or a certain night, or like whatever it may be that inspires a song. Like I think we're kind of like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
You know exactly what he's on about.
But so all the times it's obviously like we don't spend all our time together, obviously. So there's all the songs that kind of like I guess we have to investigate a little bit to find out what they're
especially
about.
on this album, there's a couple of songs and it's like talking about jealousy and stuff with like, and we sent over like a few songs when he was in LA, and obviously we did see each other, but we wouldn't necessarily get the time to go into depth of like what's going on with the new relationship and how he's feeling and stuff, and then he'd come in and like sing like this melody and lyrics over the top, and we'd be like, so that's what's going on. But it's so like, it's obviously a hard thing to do as a songwriter, just to put your heart into your lyrics and like just say this is pretty much what's going on. But I think he like just about dresses it up enough as well that it's not necessarily always exactly what's happened, but I'm sure when he stands on stage a lot of the time it's like bringing back memories of like the moments and stuff.
I'd hate that personally. I'd be like crying on stage all the time. Nightmare. Right, I best let you go so you can catch a bit of royal blood. Oh, it's good. Is it raining out there? I haven't left the tent, so I wouldn't know.
Only a tiny bit.
Okay. Well, I'll let you go enjoy some music.
Yeah.
Have a great rest of your year, and well done with Glitterbug.
Oh,
Amazing album. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.